Something is wrong with the way, and I don't know why. Why? How do you get by? You've been away way longer than I'm used to. Started hanging with a new crew, talking to my friends like that's something that I'm used to. I never cash else, I just wanted him to lose you. And I was like, damn, puffing on that bullshit Uncle Sam's. Would've thought that he would understand. And I just never fall, I just wanna win. I'm in it for the long run, I do this down for the long run now. Red Corvette and my drop top down. Calling up my digits in my Motorola, and I'm speeding like I robbed someone.
What's up guys? So in today's video I'll be showing you how to create this NUN VALAK makeup tutorial. This video is actually in collaboration with Nivea, which will be helping me take this makeup off at the end of this video. So the first step to do is pop in some circle lenses to change your eye color to make it look a little bit more like the nuns. I'm then taking some white face paint and I'm just applying that all over the face with a big beauty blender. I find that using a beauty blender works best for applying face paint because it gives you an even base. Once my face paint is all even, I'll be taking a white translucent powder just to set everything in place and make sure that our face paint doesn't come off throughout the night. I'm then taking a black matte shadow on a flat brush and just applying that all over the lid up to the brow bone just to cover the whole area. You want to make sure you build up on the eyeshadow and make it nice and opaque. I'm also dragging that eyeshadow quite low down underneath my lower lash line, and once that's finished, I'm then repeating the same thing to the other eye. As I said, you want to apply the black shadow mostly to your actual lid, but I'm also dragging it up above my eyebrows and also quite low down onto the hollow parts of my eyes just to make sure that it looks nice and smoky. And the fact that we pull it quite high up into the brow means that we don't have to actually cover up our brow hairs, which obviously the nun doesn't have any brows, so this is a nice little trick to not have to use any glue on your brows. The next step is to apply some black face paint onto the lip to kind of map out where you want the black smudged lipstick to be. I'm just looking at a reference photo of the nun just to make sure that I'm doing exactly the same makeup that she has in the movie. And to set that in place, I'm then just using the same black shadow to go over it and make sure that it stays put. Once I've done that, I'm then taking the same black shadow on a thinner brush, and I'm just going to apply this to my Cupid's bow to kind of make it a little bit more accentuated, and also drawing a line down the center of my nose to try and replicate the actress's nose in the movie. I'm then also taking that black shadow around the nostrils because I want the nose to be quite an emphasized part of my face, seeing as the nun has such a prominent nose. To change the shape of my nose, I'm taking that black shadow and kind of curving it around the sort of outline of my nostril, if that makes any sense. I feel like this makes the nose look so much more pointed and spiky, and it definitely makes it look just like the nuns. I'm then taking a gray eyeshadow and I'm going in and around the sort of eye area to blend out any harsh edges on the black eye look. Using that same shadow on a big blending brush, I'm also going in to contour my nose further. I feel like this will definitely help to again change the shape of my nose and make it look so much more like the nuns. Her nose is very slender. I'm sure you guys can take a look at some of the photos from the movie if you haven't seen it. So yeah, she's definitely got quite a prominent nose, so if you want to replicate that, nose contouring is going to be your best friend. I'm then taking my precise brush once again with some black shadow on it, and I'm just accentuating my nostrils a lot more to again make the nose look a little bit more creepy, a little bit more elongated as well. Next up, I'm going to apply some texture to my face just to make it a little bit more scary looking. So what I did is I actually just wet a highlighter brush with some black face paint, and this kind of made the hairs go really sparse on the brush. And basically with this, we can create little dots all over the skin and, you know, just make the makeup look a lot more rough and add a lot more texture to the skin, as of course the nun wouldn't have perfect airbrush skin. Alternatively, if this method doesn't work for you, you could also take a wet brush filled with some wet paint and just kind of flick that onto the face to create some splatter effects. To kind of diffuse this texture and blend it a little bit more into my forehead, I just went back to my beauty blender with some white face paint and kind of dabbed that over the area. The next part is of course moving on to the further details. So for this, I'm just creating some black lines across my forehead, my eyes, around my lips, that kind of thing, because if you look at any photos of the nun, she has quite a few black scars on her face, which obviously add to the creepiness. So I just went ahead and did this with some black eyeshadow. This was super easy to do. Now Valak actually has quite prominent smile lines from what I can see in the photos as well, so I'm just attaching 2 lines to the edges of my nostrils, and using some shading techniques I'm just making this look a lot more realistic, like the nun is actually super aged and has a lot of lines and, you know, wrinkles to her face, making the look even more creepier. Now the next step is to basically add some contours to the face. The nun has quite a sunken in and hollow face. It's super slender, so we want to basically replicate that with some grey and black eyeshadow mixed together on a big fluffy brush. I'm then going back in and just kind of touching up any of the textures on my face where I maybe missed out a spot or two, and that is the makeup look complete. The last thing to do is of course to just tie my hair back and pop on my nun veil. If you want, you could also add some creepy teeth. This is optional. This was a little bit uncomfortable, but I feel like it definitely completes the look and makes it look so much creepier. To say, as fabulous as this look is and as creepy as it was and fun to recreate, I definitely felt like I needed to take it off at the end of the night, and I'm sure you guys feel that way after a Halloween party as well. Now this portion of the video is brought to you by Nivea. They've challenged me to do this makeup look and then take it off at the end of the day using their Micellar Skin Breathe Professional Makeup Remover, which is one of my favorites. So what I do is I actually just take one of the micellar wipes and I just pop on some of the micellar remover, and I just just use that all over my face. As you can see, there is literally no residue. Everything comes off so easy, even though we use some waterproof makeup as well. I use this every day for my regular makeup, but I feel like it's definitely really fitting for this heavy duty Halloween look. So if any of you guys are worried about removing very heavy makeup around Halloween time, I can assure you that Nivea is going to be your best friend because it's so delicate on the skin. And this is my bare face after removing all of the makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!